everyone, so today I'm going to be reviewing Fiona Apple's When the Pun album, one of my favorite artists ever. Figured I would review it this week. And so the first track on the album is going to be On the Bound. So I actually like this song a lot. It's definitely something that's grown on me. I mean, the whole album is really. And so I really like the lyrics. She says, I don't know what I'm doing, don't know, should I change my mind? I can't decide, there's too many variations to consider. Nothing I do, don't do nothing, but bring me more to do. It's true, I do imbue my blue onto myself, I make it better. Fuck, that is hard to say, but I love the lyrics on here and what she gets into. But I love the production on it and how kind of heavy it feels. And that's, I think, what she intended to do with the album and everything, just kind of talking about her relationships with men and what they put her through and kind of the way that it takes her on. So I think the way that you feel with the chords and the chord progressions and everything like that, I think it's all intentional. And I think that this was a good way to open up the album and kind of set sights for everything. Track 2 is To Your Love, and I like this song a lot. And in the lyrics she says, here's another speech you wish I'd swallow, another cue for you to fold your ears, another train of thought too hard to follow, chugging along to a song that belongs to the shifting of gears. Please forgive me for my distance, the pain is evident in my existence. Please shame me for my distance, shame is manifest in my resistance to your love. Like, that is crazy. That is crazy. Like, Fiona Apple and just what she kind of gets into with her lyrics and how insightful that she is and everything like that. And she's just saying, like, look, me being myself is clearly too much for you and everything like that. And also I think in turn, like, she really struggles with that. I think in this song she's kind of fighting both, like saying like, look, I kind of am too much for you and everything like that, but I also want you to love me. So I think that she's kind of struggling with that. I mean, she has a song called I Want You to Love Me, so I think she's fighting that internally throughout this entire song. Like, look, I want to be with you, I want reassurance and everything like that, I want to be myself, these are things I struggle with. And a lot of the insecurities that she's dealing with is because of the men that she's dealing with. So I think that it's a multifaceted song. I like it as a track 2. It has good production. Track number 3 is going to be Limp, and she has a lot of anger in this song and everything. If we're looking at the lyrics, she literally says in the chorus, and when I think of it, my fingers turn to fist. I never did anything to you, man, but no matter what I try, you'll beat me with your bitter lies. So call me crazy, hold me down, make me cry, get off now, baby. It won't be long till you'll be lying limp in your own hands. And yeah, just kind of being sick and tired of being sick and tired and everything like that, of her being belittled in these relationships and the toll that it takes on her over time. So you really hear her anger on this song specifically, and I appreciated all the facets of her emotion that she's going through everything. She's going through questioning herself a lot in this album. She's going through the sadness and everything that it entails, her relationship with these men. She has rage, she has anger, like there's just so many thoughts that she compiles on this album, and I think she does it well, and I enjoyed this song. Track number 4 is Love Ridden. So this is her getting into her sadness, right? And so the lyrics on here are crazy. She said, love ridden, I've looked at you with the focus I gave to my birthday candles. I wish on the lidded blue flames under your brow, and baby, I wish for you. Nobody sees when you are lying in your bed, and I wanna crawl in with you, but I cry instead. I want your warm, but it'll only make me colder when it's over, so I can't tonight. Just kind of accepting that in the end, this relationship is not really fulfilling her emotionally and everything, and there's that push and pull, because at the same time, like, you want to be with that person and everything like that. They may want you physically, but you know the second that that ends, that you're not going to be fulfilled, that you're going to feel empty. So it's like, I don't even want to bother. So a range of emotions throughout this album as discussed, and I think that it's a good piece on this album. Okay, so track number 5 is going to be Paper Bag, and this is my favorite song on the album. It tends to be a fan favorite, and kind of using the metaphor of the paper bag to talk about relationships, and it was a true story. So, you know, in the first verse she says, I was staring at the sky just looking for a star to pray on or wish on or something like that. I was having a sweet fix of a daydream of a boy whose reality I knew was a hopeless to be had. But then the dove of hope began its downward slope, and I believed for a moment that my chances were approaching to be grabbed. But as it came down near, so did a weary tear. I thought it was a bird, but it was just a paper bag. So that is the first verse, is crazy, but kind of setting up the metaphor. And with the chorus, like, she's saying, hunger hurts and I want him so bad, oh it kills, cause I know I'm a mess he don't want to clean up. I got to fold cause these hands are too shaky to hold. Hunger hurts but starving works when it costs too much to love. So yeah, it really kind of sums up the whole song and everything like that, acknowledging how bad that she wants him and the detriment that it's taking to her mental health, and just saying like, he doesn't want to deal with me and everything like that. And I think she said that that specific line, because I know I'm a mess he don't want to clean up, is something that a boyfriend actually said to her, which is kind of fucked up, honestly. Just like saying how much that it took on her. I believe this is also something with an eating disorder she had as well. I believe I heard her say that, so there's that. And the second verse is really good too. The best part is whenever she says, he said it's all in your head, and I said so's everything, but he didn't get it. I thought he was a man, but he was just a little boy. And yeah, I just love kind of the whole moment she has throughout the song. I feel like you can hear this lingering anxiety and everything like that. Like, I want him so bad, but at the end he doesn't want me for who I actually am and everything like that. I'm gonna have to shrink myself to be with this man. And even like wanting him so bad, like he's not the man that I really want because of how he treats me, because of what he says and everything like that. I know I said this throughout all the songs, but you know, that push and pull. And so that's kind of why I like this song. And I really liked her vocals. I think that this is probably one of her better vocal performances on this album, so I think it stands out in that way. I love the productions on here. Lyrically, it's probably one of her best best as well. Like, what's not to like about Paper Bag? This is just such a great song. I think it gives you a lot to think about. I think her lyricism is really top notch and everything, so very fond of it and where she takes you with it. So track number 6 is A Mistake. So I really like this coming off of Paper Bag specifically. I think it has good productions to it and everything, and the part that stood out to me most is whenever in the pre-chorus she says, I've acquired quite a taste for a well-made mistake. I want to make a mistake. Why can't I make a mistake? I'm always doing what I think I should, almost always doing everybody good. Why? Like, why do I keep doing everybody else right when no one really cares about me in the end and everything? Why do I feel like I can't make a mistake? Why, when I make a mistake, why is everyone so shocked and everything? And I mean, that's what living life is. Like, you're going to make mistakes, you're gonna have to learn through them and stuff like that, and there's times where people can guide you, like, look, you shouldn't do XYZ. Sometimes you just have to do things to learn, and sometimes you just have to make mistakes in that moment, even knowing it, to grow. So that's kind of why I enjoyed this song, especially next to Paper Bag and everything that she's going on throughout there. So I think it's good for this album. Track number 7 is going to be Fast As You Can. So this has to be one of my favorites on the album. I just love the production, I love the percussion, I love the instrumentation, I love kind of the sense of urgency that it has, and yeah, I just think it's so cool musically, and then the lyrics are just a plus as well. The part that really stands out to me is the bridge. She says, sometimes my mind don't shake and shift, but most of the time it does. And when I get to the place where I'm begging for a lift, I'll drown in the wonders and the was. And I'll be your girl if you say it's a gift, and you give me some more of your drugs. Yeah, I'll be your pet if you tell me it's a gift, cause I'm tired of whys, choking on whys, just need a little because. So yeah, I really like her bridges and on this one, just the way that the music changes and everything like that, and just saying like, look, I'll take you at surface value. I'm tired of asking about why. I'm tired of thinking about why and everything like that. And I think sometimes you just get exhausted with thinking about yourself and relationships and all those other things. That is like, look, let me just shut it off and accept this for what it's going to be and everything. And I think that can be detrimental to your mental health, because it's like, you got to be demanding the best things for yourself, demanding more and everything like that. But in this, you can just kind of feel all the different emotions that she's going on all the way throughout the song. And I like it. I think that it's super interesting overall. And yeah, musically, it's just fun. Track number 8 is going to be The Way Things Are. So I like this song a lot. In the intro, she's saying, I wouldn't know what to do with another chance if you gave it to me. I couldn't take the embrace of a real romance. It raced right through me. So kind of just being aware, saying I'm better off the way that everything is at this point, and I don't know what to do with someone who's gentle with me because of what I went through. In the chorus, she says, so keep on calling me names, keep on, and I'll keep kicking the crap till it's gone. If you keep on killing, you could get me to settle, and as soon as I settle, I bet I'll be able to move on. So yeah, I think it's interesting. Just saying like, look, I'm better off. Like, this song just shows like how relationships have broken her in a way. I think it's super interesting. I think that it comes off great after Fast As You Can. So I like this song. I do. I think it's some food for thought. And also, I want to say, I apologize if I'm potentially misinterpreting some of her lyrics and everything like that. I can only give my perspective with the life that I've lived and everything like that. And she has a lot of deep lyrics and everything, so the way that I'm interpreting it could be completely different than how she meant it. But I also think that's kind of the beauty of songs and lyrics. You can take it and say, look, this is what this means to me, but you know, good or song regardless. Okay, so here's her talking about the song. I guess I misinterpreted it a little bit, but I'll leave that there anyways. And so she says, figuring that statistically there's got to be somebody out there, or many people out there, that has somebody in their life who appears outwardly to be very, very good and very devoted to you, but then when they've got you alone and really quietly, they whisper the worst things in the world to you, and everybody thinks they're the nicest person in the world. The song is my big step in getting rid of that person. The only way that I could really deal with that was to write the song about how great things are, because this is exactly what I need. So I guess it kind of makes sense in that thing and everything like that. She's like, keep pushing, because eventually I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna work through this and everything. So I mean, hey, I guess you could see it both ways. I'll still leave that part in regardless, but this is what she says about the song. Track number 9 is going to be Get Gone. I think that this is a really great song on this album, and the sequencing of this album, now that I'm really reviewing it, you can tell that she was very intentional with it. But my favorite part of this is actually the chorus. So she ends up saying, how can I deal with this if he won't get with this? Am I gonna heal from this? He won't admit to it. Nothing to figure out. I gotta get him out. It's time the truth was out that he don't give a shit about me. Like, how am I supposed to heal? How am I supposed to move on from this situation right here when he's not admitting to fault? He's not admitting to how he's caused detriment to me and my mental health, because I do know what's good for me and I've done what I could for you, but you're not benefiting, and yet I'm singing again. Like, I'm trying to help you. Ultimately, it's not getting through to you. You're hurting me. You're not acknowledging the pain, and it's just a awful cycle. So I like what she was doing with this song. I like the production. I think it's good. The 10th and final track on this album is I Know, which this is a great song. So she's saying in the first verse, so be it, I'm your crowbar if that's what I am so far, until you get out of this mess, and I will pretend that I don't know of your sins until you're ready to confess, but all the time, I'll know. Like, I know exactly what you're doing. I know about this affair, all those other things. The second verse might be one of the best on the song. She says, and you can use my skin to bury secrets in, and I will settle you down. And at my own own suggestion. I will ask no questions while I do my thing in the background, but all the time, I'll know. Like, the fact that these are the first two verses, like, no, the pen was penning with Miss Fiona Apple, okay? And then we have the kind of breakdown and the ending part and everything like that. And so the fact that it kind of ends and, you know, she doesn't say that I know. I don't know, there's something so beautiful about the song, and there's something so devastating and everything like that. Acknowledging that what's being done is wrong, but also, I guess, having self-esteem in the gutter, be like, look, at least you want me in this way, like, I'll take it, I find comfort in it, and kind of battling that inside. And so I just think the journey she takes you through lyrically is special. I really like the piano and the kind of the subdued production on this, good vocals too, so I like it as a closer for the album, I do. And I think in the end that this song kind of was the perfect song to end the album. I think that you hear her go throughout the album, you hear the anxiety, you hear the rage, you hear the sadness, you hear all the things that these men relationships have put her through and where she's at mentally, and she's struggling with that. She gets to a point where it's like, look, I'm not going to take this anymore, I'm going to get through it. And in the end, she's kind of ending back into where she was at in the beginning. Like, she's very self-aware of what she's going through, but at the same time, it's just like they have really had her self-esteem in the gutter, so she's questioning her self-esteem and kind of putting herself in situations she shouldn't be in. And she also loves the company of these men, and so she's just got used to shrinking herself and, you know, maybe not questioning things in a way that she should. So I think that it all kind of ties around, and I think that it's relatable because I think that happens to a lot of people. Like, internally you're aware of whatever you're going through, maybe it's not right, but you stay in because of whatever situation. And I think that it's admirable to get out of a situation where, you know, you're not being valued, you're not being appreciated, and there's just a lot of horrible things that can happen. So I think it kind of ties through what she was trying to do in this entire album, and just the self-awareness to kind of string this all the way through and to have this devastating moment. A lot of people are in a situation like this, right? So I don't know, I like this song. Okay, so my favorite songs on this album are going to be Fast As You Can, A Mistake, and then I would also say Paper Bag is like my absolute favorite on the album, the crown jewel. Overall thoughts on this album, I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. I enjoy the album, it's something that's grown on me over time. I forgot to say this about Fast As You Can and just the whole album, but it feels so New York coded, and I've never been to New York. I would love to go. I know that Fiona Apple is from New York, but just the productions, the choices there, I think that it's really cool production wise. And like I was saying, lyrically, there's a lot here. There's a lot here to appreciate, and a lot of Fiona Apple fans say that this is her best album. I would disagree with that personally. I think Vegetable Cutters is better. I think lyrically there's just a little bit more to go into with her childhood and all those other things, and I just like the songs better on the album. But I do enjoy this album. I think that it's great. I think it was great for that time, and she's just a very substantive artist. Like I said before, she's one of my favorites of all time. I think that she's absolutely brilliant just from a songwriting perspective, and I absolutely love the fact that even if you don't understand what she's going through, you can feel her pain and everything. Just the vulnerability and how smart she is and her vocabulary. Like, she's just a really talented songwriter. Her as an instrumentalist, her piano, her percussion is outstanding and everything. I think that her vocals are decent for what she does. So, you know, I'm a huge fan of Fiona Apple, okay? So every once in a while, you know, I gotta make a video on her. I just have to do it, right? Let me know what you guys think down below. What are your favorite songs? We can kind of continue that conversation there. That'll be it for the video, though. You can leave a like if you enjoyed it. You can comment on this video and let me know what you think of this album. Kind of boost this video in the algorithm. It helps. You can subscribe to this channel for more music reviews and stuff like that. And below is going to be all my other stuff. So my second channel is like the short form content talking about the music industry. What are the trending topics? I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Spotify, I have Blue Sky. I'm on all the social media platforms pretty much. So I'll leave those links down below if you would like to follow me. But free Palestine and fuck Trump. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.